You know what keeps me up at night as a business owner? Falling behind, not just on trends, but on the tools and systems that are actually moving the needle right now. And here's a stat that really hit me. Every day your business is late to AI, you fall 2 days behind. 2 days every single day. The competition is only moving faster. So sitting on the sidelines and waiting to figure it out, that's just not an option anymore. Fortunately, there is NetSuite next. Here's the thing. You probably already know about NetSuite, the AI-powered business management suite, trusted by over 43,000 customers that securely connects all of your data, financials, inventory, commerce, HR, and CRM, all in one single source of truth. But NetSuite Next, this is the next huge step and leap in how business gets done, because now AI is built into absolutely everything that you do. It automatically surfaces custom insights throughout your day, so you always know what's happening in your business. AI agents work right alongside you to solve problems and handle routine work. And anytime you have a question about anything, you just ask, like having a conversation with the smartest colleague you've ever had. And here's what I really love. NetSuite is customized for a wide range of industries, so it actually supports the way your specific business works. This isn't a one-size-fits-all solution. If I needed a business management suite, this is exactly what I'd use. Whether your company earns millions or even hundreds of millions, it's time for NetSuite Next, where your business meets AI. For the very first time, you can try NetSuite Next for free. If your revenues are at least in the seven figures, go to netsuite.ai/SPI. Built for every industry, ready for every boardroom, netsuite.ai/SPI. Is your business taking off? Well, now's the time to act fast and hire help, but it can't just be anyone. Find the person who gets your brand and has the skills that matter on Indeed. No more struggling to get your listing noticed on other sites. With Indeed Sponsored Jobs, your post stands out and attracts the right candidates fast, and it really works. Sponsored jobs are 90% more likely to result in a hire, so this is truly the best way to reach top talent. That's how I do it if I were looking for anybody from podcast editors to community experts. Background matters, and Indeed allows me to narrow my search to people with the right experience and know-how. Possible candidates with years of experience on shows just like this one. And here's the thing with Indeed Sponsored Jobs. I get people who actually fit my requirements. No more digging through resumes. Plus, you only pay for results on Indeed. No monthly subscriptions, just a boost when you need to hire fast. So spend more time interviewing candidates who check all your boxes. Less stress, less time, more results. Now with Indeed Sponsored Jobs. And listeners of this show will get a $75 sponsored job credit to help get your job the premium status it deserves at Indeed.com/smartpassive. Just go to Indeed.com/smartpassive right now and support our show by saying you heard about Indeed on this podcast. Indeed.com/smartpassive. Terms and conditions apply. Hiring, do it the right way with Indeed.
We're YouTubers. I feel like every YouTuber gets hate comments or not nice comments. And my sister's just like, I love the hate comments because it's like, it drives me to do better. And I think sometimes people will take those comments and like, it hurts them. But you know what? There's also fans that love watching you. And especially for a young girl, I know for sure, and young boys and girls, they'll take it and be like, man, this really hurts my feelings. But it's like, it's okay. That means you're growing, and you just have to be like, these people aren't in my circle. They're not in my bubble. They're just outside. They don't know who I am, but you don't even know who they are. I'm never going to stop, right? Because we would have stopped a long time ago if it was the hate comments and people not liking us, but we love doing it.
I don't think I've ever done this before. Maybe I have once, but in the 1,000 or almost 1,000 episodes of the SPI podcast, we have 3 guests with us today. And this is a powerhouse of creators, YouTubers that are young girls, 16, 17, and 18 creators over at Wild Adventure Girls. They have a podcast. They have a channel. They have a community. They have merch. They are generating revenue. We get into how they got started, the kinds of things they do as creators, what they enjoy most. And this is going to be a very inspirational episode, especially to those of you who are young girls or have young girls. I know I have one myself, and I'm definitely going to be sharing this episode with her. And it was so much fun. Super professional. I'm very impressed. And this is Angelina, Annabella, or Bella, and Scarlett over at Wild Adventure Girls from wildadventuregirls.com or WAG Podcast. And if you haven't found them on YouTube yet, definitely do so. Super fun, super energetic, and I love the insight we get from this episode. Here they are, Angelina, Annabella, and Scarlett. We have the Wild Adventure Girls in the house. Welcome to the SPI podcast. Thank you all for being here.
Yeah, thank you for having us.
This is, we don't often do interviews with more than one person. We have 3 today. We have Angelina, Scarlett, and Annabella in the house, who are literally in a house, but in a beautiful looking studio. If you are listening to this, I am interviewing, this is gorgeous. I see a checkered background and this like really cool logo in the back. And a couch setup. I mean, this is gorgeous. Scarlett, maybe we'll start with you. Podcast, YouTube channel, millions of subscribers. You must be enjoying life right now. What do you love most about what you're doing right now?
I really love, honestly, just being able to kind of film with just the three of us. It's really, really fun. I love how we get to just make really fun content and get to inspire kids. So that's really my favorite.
I love that. That's really important to me too. As you might know, I have a Pokemon YouTube channel, and seeing the kids get excited and involved, especially with other family members, is really cool. Annabella, can you go over like how you guys all met? I'd love to get the origin story of how all three of you kind of got together.
Alrighty, well, Angelina is my sister, so we were kind of met at birth, and then Scarlett is actually our cousin.
Yep.
So we also,
so you're all related.
Yep, we're all family.
But what made you decide to go, you know what, we need to turn on the cameras and hit record? What inspired that?
Well, Angelina, do you want to take that? Because
Yes,
it's really from
it actually
Angelina.
kind of started with me. So we've done YouTube for 11 years now. So we started, I was 7, you were 6, and you were 5.
Wow.
And as a young girl, I loved acting. We were such a great team. We were always having fun and outgoing. And I went to a very special school, and I have dyslexia. And because I have dyslexia, they didn't give me the time or didn't give me patience. And so they didn't welcome me back after that. And so my mom wanted to show those teachers that were so mean to me, like, hey, these girls are amazing girls and they can do amazing things. And we started our YouTube channel that way. And then where we really got into it is we filmed our first video, which was Bats the Creatures of the Night. And we put that in a film competition. We won it. So that's when we really knew, okay, we want to do this for like the rest of our lives.
That is insane. How old were you when you won that competition?
It was the award was in 2019. So,
okay, so like 7 years ago. That's,
Yes.
And you've been doing this since then. And I've been watching some of your adventures. They are wild. They are crazy. They're super fun. Congrats on 1 million subscribers on YouTube. That must have been a huge deal. But when you first started, I know as a creator myself that sometimes it can get hard to like just get going. You have a lot of things that you tell yourself about why it's not going to work, or you might be embarrassed, or those kinds of things. Going back to Scarlett, maybe you can go over some of the first videos that you've done that you might remember, and some of those hard moments that you had to push through in order to get to where you're at now. Does that spark any memories or any kind of feelings that you had early on in the days of the YouTube channel?
Yeah, when we had first started filming, some of our first videos, they were all really outside or inside, and they were all about animals. Some of the harder things about it was, if it was outside, it would be the weather, and we were really hot, really young. Let me think.
Were there any feelings of like, this is not going to work, or being scared to be on camera, any of those kinds of things?
I was definitely, when I guess as I got older and I was in middle school, and I was like, oh my gosh, what are people going to think? I'm entering middle school. I'm on the internet. Oh no. And I never really was nervous on camera. It was more of when I went in school and I was like, oh, people know I have a channel. It's not just the three of us. People are going to know. It was more of like, oh, what are people going to think, you know?
So you kept going anyway. What kept you going despite all that?
Kept me going was, honestly, I had so much fun filming. It was really fun. We did crazy science experiments.
Some crazy ones where my dad would come into the house and we'd be in pirate costumes and we would have fire extinguishers everywhere. And he'd be like, what is going on?
Or we would blow stuff up.
It would be every day he would walk into something new. If that slime on our ceiling from a volcano eruption, to all these different kinds of foods, to us like having like crazy costumes on. It was a roller coaster.
Yeah.
That's so cool. I'm a dad as well. I have a 16-year-old boy and a 13-year-old girl, so middle school and high school now too. Kind of around the same ages, and I can just imagine coming home and just seeing the house kind of going nuts and like crazy things everywhere. And you know, thankfully, because I'm a creator myself, I would want that to happen. I encourage that. I wonder if for especially young boys and girls out there who want to be creators, and maybe their parents are like, "Hey, this is a distraction. Make sure you're doing your schoolwork," and those kinds of things. I don't know if, Annabella, you have any thoughts on like how to navigate that? Because obviously school is important. You want to get the things done that you need to get done, but there needs to be some room for creativity and some space to play, I guess. So how do you help a person maybe talk to the creator, the young creator out there who's maybe trying to balance school and being a creator at the same time?
Yeah, I would say definitely like making a schedule like really helps. Like pick specific days, like, oh, I'm going to do school this day and knock this out. And then on certain days, be like, I'm going to film on these days and save hours to film or edit or whatever you have to do. Because it is really hard to balance like sports, channel, and school. But like making a schedule for each day like really helps. So then you like stay organized instead of like trying to figure it out on your own.
Yeah, that's actually really fantastic advice, especially when you're a creator. You want to kind of create all the time. You kind of put everything else behind and then your responsibilities are forgotten about. Or the opposite happens. You just never give yourself time to play and be creative and experiment and film and edit. Speaking of editing, I'm curious, Angelina, when it comes to the editing and all the kind of technical stuff to start a channel, I know that often holds a lot of people back as well. Tell me about the early days of what you did for editing, which I know gets in the way for a lot of people.
Actually, so we're all thankful that we have a family that supports us when it comes to YouTube. And really, honestly, it was my mom the whole time. She was the filmer.
Your mom is the editor?
Yeah,
Oh,
she
yeah.
And the
filmed.
camera person?
She was the filmer. She was the editor. And she was the one, like, when we did our educational videos, she had the lines set up. She would do the research.
Yeah,
so
she
it
wrote
was
everything.
In
Wow.
the very beginning, it was
Shout out to
boss
Mom.
woman. Yeah, shout out to mom.
Is mom in the room right now?
She is in the room,
Yeah.
Hi, Mom.
actually.
Great job, Mom.
She's waving.
That is so cool. So is she still doing those kinds of same things, or have you learned to like hire other people and do?
We
kinds of
do have other people, and then sometimes she works on more of the different stuff when it comes to sponsors and getting those collaborations. But when it comes to shorts, I'll go and because I love editing, so I'll come and help with the shorts, and she will as well. But for long forms, we do have editors now.
Gotcha. Okay, so you have long form and short form, which is great. Are the short form videos just like clips from the long forms, or are you actually doing like specific videos for the short form stuff?
So it depends on the channel. So we have 3 channels. So we have the WAG Girls, WAG Nation, and WAG Podcast. And so when it comes to the podcasts, we'll take clips from the podcast, edit it to be really cool and trendy, and post it. And when it comes to WAG Nation, we'll either do skits or take stuff from the videos. And WAG Girls mostly is us being skits and creating our own videos.
That's really cool. When it comes to the skits, maybe Scarlett, I can go back to you. How much prep work goes into one of these videos? I know that Mom's helping out. You probably all put in some ideas, but when you are getting ready and going to film, what do you already have ready? Are you scripting every line? Like what goes into the effort of production there?
Yeah, so when we start a long form video, one of us will come up with the idea, we come up with our title and the thumbnail for that, and then it goes into a script or a outline. So we don't want to script everything, it's going to be natural and funny in the moment, but it's like if we want to say an intro, we have a couple key things, like we filmed a video where it was trying a bunch of 1-star restaurants.
Oh, that was awful.
So that took planning of mapping out the places, finding the reviews, being able to say things about the restaurant. And then from there, we would have a few key things that like we need to order and do. And then the rest, it would just be kind of fun in the moment.
That's cool. I like that. So there is a lot of prep work, but I love that you are leaving room for just stuff to happen because that's where all the best stuff is. It's not scripted and all the stuff in between that. So that's great. Going back to Annabella, I want to ask you because this 1-star restaurant review video, I know that there's a few bigger creators like Ryan Trahan who kind of popularized those style. And I look to other creators too for inspiration all the time. And sometimes a lot of people have a hard time balancing this idea of, well, I want to get inspired by somebody versus I just want to like copy exactly what they're doing. What are the things that you 3 do, and again, Annabella, I'll have you answer first, that kind of brings your flavor into those kinds of videos that maybe other creators also do?
Yeah, so when we do look and kind of scour the internet to get some ideas, I make sure that like when I write an outline, it's definitely not the same. Most of the time I'll see the idea and I don't watch their video at all. And so then I kind of create my own outline, or we all create our own outline. And then when it actually comes to filming, I think what really brings us out is we have a very fun and not scripted personality. So we're really just having fun with the camera. And we're all best friends. So we want to kind of bring the viewer in to be like our best friend as well. So I think that really gives like a different vibe to the viewers from like other creators.
I love that. Keep going with that because I really love that. If you want your audience to feel like they're your best friend too, like more specifically, what are the kinds of things you do to have that feeling?
Yeah, we're usually super like energetic, or we talk about like really like relatable topics that we know that like our viewers would resonate with. And we make sure to bring them like to everything and being like very inclusive when we're filming like certain things and making it like they're just like a part of our group. Like whenever we do things or we have like jokes and we want to bring our viewers into it, like really kind of being like their older sister in like a really fun way. That's like our goal, is to make our viewer feel like that.
I love that so much. I think, first of all, you guys are way, way smart. I mean,
Thank you.
you're so young, yet you have so much knowledge of YouTube. I've been on YouTube since 2009. And only now with the Pokemon channel am I realizing that understanding who your audience is and what's relatable to them and all those kinds of things is really important, which is why, like, for my Shorts channel, a lot of people love when I open a pack of Pokemon and I don't get anything. And it's like a complete waste of money because that's very relatable. And a lot of other creators will be like, I only want to show the best hits and all the best cards I pull. And it's like, well, that's not real life. So I love that you're here kind of sharing and amplifying that as well. You guys want to play a quick little game? I have something fun, I think.
Sure.
Of course.
Okay, so we're going to go one by one, and I want you to fill in the blank, right? You know it's a Wild Adventures Girl video if blank.
Okay.
So this will help me understand a little bit more about what makes your videos very unique. So I don't know if there's a volunteer who wants to go first, but like, you know you're watching a WAG video if... Who wants to go first?
I'll start.
Okay.
If it's really funny.
Really funny. So comedy and bringing in the laughs is really key.
Yes.
I love that.
I would say chaotic. I feel like we're very
Chaotic's really
chaotic
good.
and fun.
Chaotic.
That was
like,
going to be
would
mine.
say chaotic because it's just the one thing about us is like we're really funny people and we don't get embarrassed like most people would.
Yeah,
and
we just
so
don't
we
really
will
care.
just say the funniest things. If it's like we did this one where we did like famous desserts and we were talking about this famous pie and it was like on the sign it had some famous poem or something. Scarlett read it like she was the one that created it, and Bella was like, wow, very original, and cut to the sign. And so I feel like chaotic but funny is really true too.
Chaos is good. Like, that's entertaining, right? But like, I don't know who said organized chaos, but I love that.
I did, yeah.
We are very organized chaos. I think mine would be like hectic, like on the chaos part, because we're just really fun and chaotic because we're three girls like doing like just random videos that are like really fun. Like that would be mine.
I love it. I love that. So here's something I've learned after building websites for over 15 years. The gap between a great idea and a live production-ready website has always been way too wide. You've got the vision, your designer mocks it up, and then suddenly it turns into a pile of tickets, handoffs, and we'll get to it conversations. Meanwhile, your business is waiting. That's exactly the problem that Framer solves. And honestly, it's doing it in a way I've never seen before. Framer is the pro site builder for creators, teams, and businesses that want a professional site and care enough to get every detail right. It's a complete website platform, not just a builder, so your team can launch and keep improving your site all in one place. Here's what makes Framer different right now: AI agents and human work in tandem. Agents bring the speed and the scale, and your team brings the taste, judgment, and control. The agent works right on the same canvas where your real site is designed, managed, and published. It lands on the canvas, stays fully editable, and gets published when your team is ready. So you're not just getting a first draft or a vibe-coded starting point. You're getting production-ready website work faster than ever. And teams can collaborate in real time, iterate on the same page, and publish instantly. Agents help streamline collaboration, build custom code components, manage CMS content, optimize SEO settings, all shipped from one place. And for enterprise teams, Framer delivers premium hosting, enterprise-grade security, and 99.99% uptime. Companies like Perplexity and Miro trust Framer to run their .com, and now you can too. Learn how you can get more out of your site from a Framer specialist or get started building for free today at framer.com/SPI for 30% off a Framer Pro annual plan. That's framer.com/SPI for 30% off. Framer.com/SPI. Rules and restrictions apply. Here's one of the biggest lessons I've learned building multiple businesses. The fastest growing businesses aren't doing more, they're delegating smarter. And I know that's easier said than done because finding the right person at the right time with the right skills, that's where most business owners get stuck. That's exactly why I love Upwork. Upwork is a one-stop platform to find, hire, and pay expert freelancers across web and software development, data and analytics, marketing, business operations, and more. We're talking fast access to specialized talent across 125 plus categories, so you can fill skill gaps, launch projects faster, and scale support up or down without committing to full-time headcount. You can browse profiles, review past work, and even get help scoping the role so you hire with confidence and get started quickly. And with Upwork Business Plus, you get access to the top 1% of talent on Upwork with AI-powered shortlisting that matches you to the right freelancer in under 6 hours. No endless searching required. Upwork also handles contracts and payments in one place, cutting down all of that operational hassle so you can spend more time actually running your business. Thousands of businesses already trust Upwork for everything from one-off projects to ongoing support, and it's completely free to sign up. Posting a job is easy. Stop doing it all yourself. Delegate smarter with Upwork. Visit Upwork.com right now and post your job for free. That is Upwork.com to connect with top talent ready to help your business grow. That's UPWORK.com, Upwork.com. Okay, let's go one more time around round robin. I want you to each tell me your favorite memory from any video. If you want to pull out the video and your favorite memory from that, what might that be? I know this is a hard one. I get asked this all the time and I hate it because I'm like, there's so many good moments. So I don't know if there's just one that sort of comes to mind.
I got it.
Let's hear it.
Wait, what's yours? Because I feel like we're saying the same thing.
It is a video from a really long time ago. I think we were about, I don't know, maybe 7, 8, and 9. We were young. And it was when we made this glow-in-the-dark slime. And we were filming the thumbnail of the video. And my mom said, you know, it'd be really cool for the thumbnail if you poured the slime on their hair and it would look really cool with like black lights. And it turned out really good.
Oh, that's awesome.
But the funny part, like I can laugh about it now, but back then I was freaking out.
So mad.
Was that we couldn't get the slime out of our hair. Ooh. And we all had to take a bunch of vinegar and pour it in our hair. If you ever need to get slime out of anything, use some vinegar. It got out of our hair. It took a long time and we smelled like vinegar, but it was actually really fun. It was hilarious.
That's so funny. Thanks, Mom, for that one as well. Right?
Yeah. No. Oh gosh. Okay. This one's an oldie, but it lives in my head rent free. And every time when I go and have my new friends and I tell them I have a YouTube channel, this is like the one video I'll pull up all the time. And it's our Ghostbuster video.
Oh, yeah.
So when the Ghostbusters, when it came to the females, that movie that came out of the 3 or 4 females, we wanted to do a recreation of it because I was like, girl power, we got to do it. And there's a couple of scenes from it, but my favorite scene was in the movie. One of the ghosts like vomited slime onto this girl, and Bella was the ghost, and we threw slime
on
Scarlett, and it took so many takes.
It took 2 different takes.
It was
more vinegar.
More vinegar.
Oh, yeah.
It was that was like the best. It would be days after you would find slime drops on our tile floor, and like my dad coming in, on the ceiling. That one was a really, really fun one to film.
I'm feeling like slime is a major theme here.
Slime. It was. Yeah. We were definitely the slime kids back in the day for sure.
My daughter probably watched one of your videos at some point because we got into a slime thing as well, and it definitely was a major cleanup process a lot of the time.
Oh yeah,
slime was like our main thing. I think my favorite was, it was like, it's one of the best videos we filmed. It was an old one, but you're basically supposed to take like a Gatorade bottle and fill it with a whole bunch of dangerous chemicals.
Oh yeah.
Poke a hole in it, stick a handkerchief in it, and you light it on fire and it will explode. And I remember that we decided to do it inside for whatever reason instead of outside, and it was so loud and so crazy. We were so freaked out by it, but we still kept going. And so instead, we put slime in it as well. We did. And we exploded that, and it went all over our ceiling. It was so funny. But there's so many good videos that we have that are just so awesome.
Oh yeah.
That's cool. Just be safe, everybody, if you're going to mix things together and light things
yes.
on fire.
I wouldn't recommend doing it now. It probably could be crazy.
That'd be awful.
Yeah.
What would you offer to a young girl who wants to be a creator? Because I know as a father, and I have a young girl as well, the YouTube space can be full of not so nice people. How do you just keep moving forward and stay positive when sometimes the comments that come in, whether you're a boy or a girl or a man or a woman, there can be some really mean people out there.
Oh, yeah.
And I don't know if you have any thoughts or advice for both the young creator and their parents who might be thinking about going into YouTube.
Yeah, that's a really great question because it is a really big thing. You know, we're YouTubers. I feel like every YouTubers get hate comments or not nice comments. And our strategy really is, and it's actually example is we did like this trolls video where we were like, our hair, we like put water bottles and we were like, all our hair was, I was like, purple, you were blue, and you were pink. And we did a dance, and Bella did it wrong. And she purposely did the dance wrong. And Bella got so many hate comments because of it. And instead, my mom was like, hey, don't look at the comments. And my sister's like, I love the hate comments because it's like, it drives me to do better. And I think sometimes people will take those comments and like really like, man, that's terrible. And like, it's like it hurts them, but you have to think about like, you know what? It's like you got to put it past you because there's also fans that love watching you and love seeing you. And especially for a young girl, I know for sure, and young boys and girls, they'll take it and be like, man, this really hurts my feelings. But it's like, it's okay. That means you're growing, and you just have to be like, these people aren't in my circle. They're not in my bubble, and that's okay. They're just outside. They don't know who I am, but you don't even know who they are. I'm never going to stop, right? Because we would have stopped a long time ago if it was the hate comments and people not liking us, but we love doing it.
Yeah.
I feel like every creator goes through that. I went through that myself when I was a blogger, and I went through a period where I quit because of what one person said. I quit, and I let thousands of people down as a result of that. Like you were saying, there's two things I've learned about the sort of haters and trolls that are out there. And thank you again for being so honest and open about that. Hurt people. And this was something that a friend of mine told me in this moment. Like, people hurt others when they are hurt themselves. So I try to lead with empathy and try to understand that somebody probably hurt them and they're just projecting it forward to me because I'm here and I'm easy and I'm accessible on YouTube. So they're just going to leave a comment and hide behind their username. But then the other thing is, every second you waste thinking about a hater or a troll, like you said, is a second you're taking away from somebody who does enjoy your content, who needs you, who wants you to create more. So I appreciate that advice there. When it comes to the podcast, I'm curious because the podcast is the newer sort of component to your brand, right?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
And you have this beautiful studio now. How do you go from wild adventures out in the wild, slime everywhere, animals, to now you're sitting down and having a conversation? How do you determine what to talk about and how to put yourself out there in a kind of different mode like that?
Yeah, I think for us is that we have so much fun on our camera, but at first it was kind of scripty, so our viewer couldn't really get to know us, which is why we kind of sparked the idea of a podcast, and then we pivoted our channel. Now they see more of the real us, but we thought, how cool would it be if our viewer could really connect with us instead of just seeing us on the camera, like kind of being a little scripty, that they could see like the raw, real version of us. And when it comes to ideas, we kind of all sit down and talk about what we think the viewer would really enjoy and like to hear us talk about, and also what might be just like really relatable to them and that they would really like enjoy learning about or hearing about us talking about. And that's kind of how we get our ideas.
We try and imagine our viewer, like last year we sat down and we were like, okay, we got to imagine this avatar that our viewer is. And so we named her Skylar. She's 15 years old. Her favorite shows are Outer Banks, Stranger Things. She loves popcorn and pizza. She loves hanging out with her friends. She likes Taylor Swift. And when we really honed in on the type of viewer we wanted, we realized like those videos we really enjoyed when it came to the podcast. And what Bella said too was we would sit down and really we want to be the older sisters for our audience, right? And so we'll be like, okay, we're gonna film this video that's about like dating, or we're gonna film this video that's about the summer trends or something, just so the girls can connect with the girls.
That's really cool. I love that. And I think listening to your audience and getting their guidance on what to do next is really, really smart that way. You don't really ever have to make anything up or guess. You can kind of just vibe with them. And if you are treating them like a best friend, like you said, then you're going to listen to them and kind of be that big sister for them, which is really cool. Do you have tell me about what a week looks like for the WAG crew? Are we looking at certain days of the week are for filming? I want to know if you have meetings where you talk about these things, or is it more just chaos? I don't know. I'm very curious about how that works. I don't know who wants to lead that on kind of the setup.
I can kind of kick it off. So our week usually, Mondays tend to be the days where we film for our podcast. They tend to be about every Monday. And then Tuesdays, those days tend to be where we film shorts or we have a meeting that day. Wednesdays can kind of become, if we're filming a video for WAG Nation, it tends to be on those days, or we go live. We go live a lot on the channel about once a week or so. We'll do that on Wednesday or Thursday. And then Fridays, we always would film like a different WAG Nation video or a Wild Adventure Girl video.
And Saturday and Sundays are off for
days.
us being with family and to relax and
Get schoolwork done.
schoolwork too.
Right. But it's summer now, right? So you guys are off of school.
Yeah, we're off, and we were home. We did online school. Well, they did. I'm graduated, but they do online school, so it gave us the flexibility of like them getting their schoolwork done in the morning, and then they had the rest of the day off.
That's cool. So I'm curious, especially for you at the age you're at, a lot of kids are thinking about college, and we don't have to say it's the right thing to do or the wrong thing to do. But for you, I'm just curious what your plans are. And for the rest of the gals, what does the future of WAG look like in terms of where this channel is going and where you're going to be spending your time?
Yeah, that's a great question. I grew up loving podcasts. It's one of my favorite things to do. I love filming the podcast. I love creating the ideas for the podcast, looking at the edits. And I am going to do an online college, and it's going to go into business management. But my focus will be YouTube, and I want to do that for the rest of my life is YouTube because I enjoy it. I love the community, and I love my fans, and I'm going to step into more of the role when it comes to the podcasting because I love it so much.
Nice. Very nice. How about the others?
Yeah, I'm going to be a senior in high school this year, so I am kind of thinking more about that. I'm not sure if I wouldn't go to college, but maybe online, get into marketing or a business, something like that. And it would still be doing the channel in the future for sure, creating more like businesses and still filming and doing the podcast. That's what would excite me the most for sure.
Love it. Bella?
And for me, I would probably do the same thing as Angelina, the same online college, and probably the same classes that she's going to take. And I'm going to do the channel still. I absolutely love like creating ideas. It's like one of my favorite things. And in the future, I hope that we can be at like panels for like Vid Summit and VidCon. That's like a big thing, becoming speakers, getting more businesses, and just growing our brand all together. Like that is what I hope to see in the future.
That's awesome. Well, you are a power trio, all of you. I think all of you would be amazing on stage and on a panel at VidCon and things like that. I hope to see it someday. A few more questions, if you don't mind. I think we have a little bit of time left. You'd mentioned business. I love the idea of kind of just doing things to amplify what you already have and getting more skills to kind of take it to that next level. When it comes to the business and monetization stuff, obviously, most of us creators on YouTube, we do have AdSense revenue and things like that. I imagine you have that as well. But where else is business happening? Is there merch? Is there brand deals? What else do you have going on kind of in the business to help supplement and bring some revenue in for you guys?
Yeah, I'll answer that. So yes, we do have sponsors. We have worked with a lot of sponsors
And brand deals.
Yeah, some pretty big ones. We've worked with Nintendo,
Google, Faith and Family.
Yeah, some really big ones. And so, well, on the Wild Adventure Girls, we are all horse owners. That's kind of what we got really big for. We have one short that has almost...
It has 500 million views.
Yeah, it's
That's
really
insane.
big. It's a really big short. And you know what? We've studied that short so many times, trying to wonder why. Because
it's the dumbest short and it did so well.
You know what? That's a huge lesson in and of itself because I have some of those too. I'm like, I work so hard on these other ones and they go nowhere. And this other one that has nothing in the formula just took off. So
I know it. And so us having in the most famous, not all of our horses are pretty famous, but mine in particularly is named Bubba. And so we really want to start Bubba Books. And basically it's Bubba and his friends, so Bubba and friends, going on an adventure. So if that's, we had one book that's in the process that I wrote, and it was like the missing, like, it was like
Alarm
the missing
clock.
carrot or something. It was like treats, and it was this whole story. So definitely that, and then
Fashion lines.
yes, we're big on clothes. So Bella and Scar are very creative when it comes to clothing. So definitely
We
the
have a merch
fashion
store.
line. Yeah,
We do have
And
a merch store
definitely
now.
some online courses I think could bring in a lot. And those are pretty easy to make, and it could really help like a viewer learn more.
that's cool. Do you have Bubba merch?
we do have Bubba merch.
Okay,
Yes,
Yes.
we do have Bubba merch.
Is there a plushie?
We
We
have
were
a
in the
pillow.
process.
We have a pillow.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
story on Bubba was our first video we ever filmed that hit was, well, I don't know if it was our first one, but it was one of them that blew up. Was at the very end, because my horse is he's a very good boy. He listens very well. You could probably run around in flames and he would not freak out. And at the very end, I smacked him on the butt, not hard or anything, and that kind of became the whole thing of like the fans were wanting that. They're like, you didn't do the last thing. And we have some really funny pillows that are designed like that. And
for that purpose I mentioned. Yeah. Okay. I got you. I understand. Yeah, that's really cool. I mean, those kinds, like you're building your own world, right? And within that world, there are characters or animals, and those kinds of things can be things that the fans can want to be a part of. In my world, in the Pokemon space, I don't know if I have him here. I don't have him here. We have a character named Steve because we do these challenges against time, and we needed something to personify time. So I bought this Amazon kitchen timer, and I put googly eyes on it, and I just named it Steve. And we have these eyebrows that can kind of move and make it sad or angry. And it's just become a part. It's like our timer, but we named him Steve. And now the audience is like, where's Steve? They want to get autographs from Steve when I'm out there in person. So we just actually created a Steve plushie. It's a plushie of a kitchen timer with Google eyes, and we sold out in like 3 hours.
That's awesome.
That's amazing.
Oh, wow.
All that to say, like, you can create your own IP, right? With what it is you're doing, and you've done that in Bubba, and I'm sure the other horses are there as well. I follow a channel called How Ridiculous that has Rexy, which is like a little dinosaur that they use and try to smash and do all these things. So, I mean, I love that you are building this world, and where it's going to go from here. I mean, only time will tell, or Steve will tell, and it's going to be amazing to see where it takes you. I'm so excited. I want to ask you one last question here as we finish up. And first of all, wildadventuregirls.com. Go there. When I went to the page, though, I have to say, I saw a big spider right on the homepage.
Yeah.
And I'm definitely afraid of spiders, so it kind of freaked me out for a sec, but it's not your
There's
fault.
actually one, I don't know if you could see, it's in our wall pack.
It's in all of our logos.
It's in all of our, it's just something that stuck around.
Yep.
The spider?
Yeah.
Oh,
and
gosh,
it's a little spider in all the little logos.
It's
Maybe I
in
won't
every
dive
logo of
super
ours.
deep into the brand then, because no, I'm just kidding. But wildadventuregirls.com, especially if you have a young girl, super inspirational. Thank you for what you do and the honesty and just kind of the inspiration you give young creators out there. I think everybody wants to be a YouTuber these days. When you ask kids what do they want to be when they grow up, they want to be a YouTuber. We need good examples, just like you guys, for how to do that. So thank you.
Thank you.
One question I want to ask each of you.
Mm-hmm.
Who is your dream collab?
Dream collab.
Dream collab. If there's any other creator you'd ever want to work with and have in a video and do something together with, who might that be?
Man.
Do you have one, Bella?
I would probably say Salish Matter. I feel like that would be like a really big collab that could do really well because she's also a teen girl and she probably has like kind of like the same audience. Like I would probably want to collab with her.
Yeah.
That's cool. Any celebrities that you'd love to have a collab with? Like think big. Like, I don't know. You mentioned you like Taylor Swift. Like, what if Taylor Swift got involved?
That'd be cool.
So cool.
Big celebrity. Oh my gosh. Wow. If we could have anyone on, I think it would be so much fun. They are YouTubers, and I really like them because they have a similar podcast to us. But it would be LOL podcast, especially
LOL
they're
podcast.
similar age and they're really. I know they're really nice, and so I'd love to have them on because they would be fun.
Video that'd be really fun.
Yeah, I would just invite you all to think big. I mean, you have something incredible here, a brand with staying power that inspires so many, especially young girls. A lot of people want to get behind that and amplify that message, especially if it is a good fit. So in the Pokemon space, I'm discovering that there's a lot of celebrities, athletes, musicians who are actually like closet Pokemon nerds, and they follow me now. And I'm like, what the heck? And I'm having conversations with them. I would have never known. And now we're moving forward into some collabs with people that I never would have dreamt I would have ever done that with. So that's the power of being a creator and being on YouTube and the connections that you can make. And I would just invite you to think big, even bigger on that, because you have something incredible there. And I just love what you're doing in the podcasting studio. And I cannot wait to follow up with you guys in the future to see where you're at. But
yes.
Thank you so much.
Let's go around one more time. Where would you want people to go to follow your stuff? And maybe we can have 3 different places in case people want to go to 3 different places, because you have a lot of stuff going on. So maybe we'll start with Scarlett.
For YouTube, it would be our YouTube channel, WAG Podcast, and The Wild Adventure Girls.
Awesome. Bella?
For us, it would probably be our TikTok, which is the same name, rather WAG Podcast or the Wild Adventure Girls.
Very nice. And Angelina, let's finish with you.
Definitely Instagram, which would be the Wild Bench Girls.
All right. Well, thank you, girls, for all the inspiration and for being here today. Congrats on the success, and I look forward to much more.
Thank you. Thank you.
Yes,
for
thank you so
having
much
us.
for having us.
Thank you. All right. I hope you enjoyed that episode with the Wild Adventure Girls. I'm definitely inspired, and it's so great to see the younger generation kind of getting their head on straight with especially content and YouTube and doing it the right way. And I think the biggest theme out of all this that we didn't bring up on the show, but I want to bring up here because it's been a part of my sort of DNA now recently with content creation and everything is find the fun. When you are having fun, your audience is going to have more fun and you're going to have better experiences, create more relatable content. And that is what the world needs today. It doesn't need any more AI slop or just educational videos that just regurgitate everything that's already been said. Put your personality into it, have organized chaos, and have some fun. To Angelina, Annabella, and Scarlett, thank you to the three of you for all the insight and for just having just the best inspirational things to say for those young creators out there. So I appreciate you. Thank you all for listening to the podcast and looking forward to the next ones. Cheers. Hey, before you go, I'm going to tell you about something that I've been building for a long time. You know, I talk a lot about super fans, right? The idea that you don't need millions of followers to build a thriving business. You just need the right people who show up, people who will buy and be customers, who will tell their friends, and who stick with you through everything. But knowing the concept and actually building it, well, those are two very different things. And this is exactly why I created the Superfan system. It is a complete step-by-step framework built right into the SPI community that meets you exactly where you are and gives you a clear path forward. No more guessing on what you need to do next, no more building in isolation, just a proven system with the courses, the community, and the support to back you up at every single level. And if you're ready to stop chasing followers and start building real fans, people who actually care about what you create, come check it out. Go to superfans.smartpassiveincome.com and let's start building your superfans today.